Wait, are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying because you did horrible fucking things to a person and you finally realized that you're doing horrible things to a person?
No, I just...
You need to cry.
In this video, the always entertaining Andrew Wilson goes toe-to-toe with a misandrist on the Whatever podcast. Some insane chick tries to justify her abuse of men to Andrew Wilson, and he gives her a much-needed wake-up call. With that, let's watch Andrew Wilson shatter a nasty woman's worldview.
You don't have to find a new man, but you can put all that energy into your child, and you can heal and attract somebody who wants you for who you are, not just any financial benefits that you can offer, not for a dog bed, for genuinely who you are as a human being.
You know, I actually, the last week I've been, like, we've started fighting about stupid shit, and I was like, you know, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I've been doing it for a while, and it's not enjoyable like it was when we were first, like, connected. It was just a past relationship, and I'm dragging that along with me because I'm scared of, like, fully embracing being in the future and not in the past, and I think that's just trauma just holding me back from being happy.
The best advice I ever got
No,
is,
you're not a victim here.
You gotta let go.
You're not a victim here. You're the victimizer here. You're the victimizer, not the victim. Like, every time I see this pattern of when a woman is clearly victimizing a man, clearly victimizing him, they go, well, it's okay, don't give me too much pushback because after all I have former trauma. It's like, that's no excuse. I'm sorry. You don't get to do horrible things to people because horrible things were done to you. All of us have had horrible things done to us. All of us. No, you're no exception, right? Everybody's had horrible things done to them in life,
yeah, but also
and have dealt with horrible challenges in life. Everybody has dealt with horrible challenges.
Yeah.
Right. What you're doing right now, right? You should be reflective because this is psychotic. It's psychotic and horrific. And
If you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
Like, you just got to stop, right? You just got to stop doing it. It's horrific.
Yeah, but I would say, like, no one's perfect. We can all learn from everything, and you know.
Oh yeah, that's fine. You know, just go shoot a guy down the road and be like, well, you know, no one's perfect. You know, you got to live and learn.
I mean, have you're a perfect person. You haven't done.
What do you mean? I wasn't allowed to go shoot that? It's like, come on.
Yeah, but you haven't made mistakes. You haven't made mistakes. You're perfect. Like, you haven't had trauma affect your life. Like, I
just got done telling you that not only have I dealt with all sorts of personal baggage, trauma, all sorts of things, right? Just like everybody else has. That is not an excuse for me to be a horrible person.
But you learn from it.
I don't get a pass. Like, no one's ever going to be like, well, Andrew, you being a horrible bastard, I'm going to go ahead and give you the pass on that because of past trauma. But for some reason, reflexively, women go, because horrible thing done to me. I was a perfect angel till some man corrupted me, so therefore doing horrible things to other people is acceptable. It's not acceptable.
I was traumatized when a Zin was spitting my cup. I'm not spitting in anybody else's cup this time.
I mean, I think I actually just saw you put something in my cup.
You wish.
What the fuck? Okay, all right. Thank you, Rachel, for the soup chat, by the way.
With collagen.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, we have a chat here from Lucas.
This conversation reeks of entitlement, doesn't it? Something bad happened to me by someone completely unrelated to you, but because that happened to me, I'm entitled to treat you poorly. As Andrew said, everyone has baggage from past relationships. Everyone has challenges in life, and those can be relative. You know, just for a second, not speaking in the dating world, you know, if you're born into a situation where neither of your parents are around, or you're bouncing around from foster homes, that is a bad hand to be dealt right off the bat. And I have insane empathy for anyone in that situation. But when you come out on the other side and you make good decisions, you will be stronger. I don't wish anyone to go through that, but you will be a stronger, better person, better than someone who didn't go through it. Honestly, I believe that. The reason I mention that is, like I said, it's relative. Is a husband who's a sole breadwinner, has 3 children, and unexpectedly loses his job, is that a worse hand to be dealt than someone in the situation I just described? I'd say at face value, no. However, it's devastating to that family. So that's why I say it's all relative. We all have had stuff that really, I hate the words overused, but traumatizes us. But you can choose to carry it around with you forever and take it out on other people. Or you can say, I can't control anybody else, but I can control myself and how I react to things and how I handle myself if anything similar were to happen in the future. If you're able to do that, I'm not saying it's easy, but if you're able to do that, you will come out of it a better person. If everything in life was perfectly easy, I think I'm by no means anything close to a psychologist, but I have to believe there would be very little growth in people. I mean, I think it's pretty universally accepted right now. Like if you're fearful of something, what's the best thing to do? Is to confront it, do that thing. So that's going through something difficult or traumatizing to you, but realizing it didn't kill you and you're stronger for it. Anyway, I say all that to say you're never justified no matter what you went through. Even that person who had that hand dealt to them early in their life and went through horrible circumstances. People might understand why they're a little bit maybe angry at the world when they're younger or something, but it still doesn't give them justification to treat other people like garbage because they've gone through that. And, you know, typically shows like this aren't the best representation of all women, but I am always shocked when I see these types of kind of relationship or men-women topic podcasts at how many women think because something bad happened to me, I get to take it out on other people now. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Can you read it, Deborah?
Yes. Also, we missed that, to go back to that one from before, whenever. Nice Pee Wee Herman
That's right.
response. It's patently obvious that you're quite the highbrow intellect. Nevertheless, I've been married 22 years plus 2 kids. Oh, and by the way, my billing rate is $12.50 an hour, so do the math.
Wait, are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying? Are you crying because you did horrible fucking things to a person and you finally realized that you're doing horrible things to a person?
No, I just
You
think
need to cry. It's
Yeah,
good for you to cry. That's you know what that's
people
called? It's
fuck
called
up.
taking responsibility.
It's not like I get that, but you gotta understand, like, people aren't fucking perfect. People make mistakes, and we can learn from that. You shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm a fucking human being just because I didn't recognize something. I can change and I can grow from
Oh,
that.
boo-hoo. Oh, you did a horrible thing to a person, and it was pointed out that you need to stop being
Well, no
horrible.
one fucking
so now you
told me
cry.
I
No,
was
take
doing a
some
fucking horrible
accountability.
thing to
Take
somebody.
some accountability for the horrible fucking things that you're doing. And you should cry about it because it's fucking awful. It's awful.
So you never treated a girl like shit before?
No, I've never made a woman sleep on the ground like a dog and took her from walks and exploited her mental illness. It's psychotic.
And you know what? He doesn't. I don't even know if he has a fucking mental illness. So that's a fucking assumption.
He
first
sleeps
of
on the
all.
floor like a dog at his own
He
request. Of
wanted
course he has
to.
a
I didn't
mental
ask
illness.
him to fucking do that. He wanted to do that. That was his choice.
That's
I
how you
told
know
him he could
he's
sleep on the
mentally
effing
ill.
bed. He
When
wanted
the guy
to sleep
comes
on
over
the
and wants to
floor.
cut off his arm, are you going to be like, well, it was his
99% of the time, I don't pre-watch these, and I haven't pre-watched this one. Now I understand why it was sent to me. This woman would make her man sleep on the ground like a dog and take him for walks. And she says, I don't know if he had a mental illness. Yeah, I can't diagnose exactly what it is, but there's something going on there. And just because you're mad at him or you're mad at someone in your past doesn't give you the right to treat him like a dog. Now the fact that she's crying makes it so much worse because, like he said, this is the victimizer crying, not the victim. And if I thought for 1 second that she was crying because she felt awful about what she did, I may have a little tiny bit of empathy for her, but I am 99% confident that she's crying because she's been called out for her behavior, and she probably thought everyone was going to go, good girl, he deserved that, at, all these horrible things she was doing to this man. So no empathy here. now I understand why this was sent to me. That caught me off guard. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
His choice.
I told him he could sleep on the bed. He chose to sleep on the floor. How is that my fucking fault?
Because you have agency and accountability. And
So
since
does
you have agency and
he. As
accountability,
an
you have
adult, he
something
can
called
choose
a
to sleep
duty.
on the floor. He can choose to sleep on the bed. That
have a
doesn't make
duty.
me a
Listen,
horrible
listen.
fucking person.
You have a duty, an accountable duty, because you are mentally well.
So
You
if he
have
wants
a-
to sleep
you
on the
have a
floor, I should say,
duty to
hey,
not
get
be
up
a
on the
horrible
bed.
human
Wait,
being.
guys, one
Get
at
up
a
on the
time, one at a
bed.
time,
Get up
one
on the
at a-
bed.
one
Because
at-
that is not fair to me to tell a person how they should be living their life. If he wants to live on the floor, he can live on the floor. If he wants to live on the bed, he can get up on the bed and sleep on the bed. I gave him that option.
But if you didn't play the part of like him being your pet, would he still do that? If you just treat him like a normal human being instead of a dog?
I mean, I don't
Because
go
if
there
that's
and-
what he wants, then maybe if you just stopped doing that, he wouldn't find use with you of that anymore.
Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just told him he could sleep on the bed. I never said, hey, you can do this or you want this. He chose to sleep on the floor. That was
Yeah,
his.
well, look how quick those fake tears dried up.
Wow. Cool, bro.
Andrew hit it on the head. What did I say? She was crying because she wanted sympathy. Well, I don't know if I said that, but I said because she basically got called out. But that's probably another reason that she was crying. No, I did say that. Yeah, that everyone would feel sorry for her and say, yeah, he deserved that. She didn't expect a normal human being response. She's clearly been around too many enablers that tell her this stuff's okay. And how about her saying, haven't you made mistakes? I don't know about Andrew, but I'll say for myself, absolutely I've made mistakes. If we're talking about relationships, I've raised my voice during an argument when I shouldn't have. I've maybe stayed in a relationship longer because of my own issues, longer than I should have. But I can definitively say, if you want to reach out to any ex-girlfriends of mine, I've never taken them on walks like a dog or had them sleep on the floor. So yes, I've made mistakes. I think there are levels to mistakes, but we want to hear from you. What the heck do you guys make of this whole conversation? Let us know. Anyway, as always, we really appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.